Welcome to this week's Down Home with Tina. I am your host, Tina Thompson. I've got a fun show coming up. I do have a young lady. She is a high school senior. She's going to talk about what it's been like this last year, at the end of her junior year, into her senior year so far. Also, I've got a Front Porch Sittin segment. It's with country music artist James Otto. He's a really cool, fun guy. I got a lot of fun stuff coming up, folks. Hope you will stick around. I've also got a little bit of a nice message. I think it's a nice message at the end of the show. It's Down Home with Tina.
Dagger Law has been part of the Lancaster community for more than 110 years. This is where we live and work. You'll see us at festivals, sporting events, and all around town. We consider our clients as friends, and we walk alongside you through challenging times. Whether you're a growing business, a changing family, facing litigation, planning your future, or dealing with land issues, we're right here. We are local. We are trusted. We are experienced. Dagger Law.
The Frankie Smith Funeral Home and Crematory in Lancaster and the Johnson Smith Funeral Home in Baltimore have a long and wonderful history of serving our community. Feel free to give us a call at 740-653-0652. Stop in and see us at either of our two locations, 405 North Columbus Street in Lancaster and 207 South Main Street in Baltimore. Respect for tradition, regard for change.
Welcome back to Down Home with Tina, and I have a very special young lady with me today. I have got to know her through her grandmother, who is Janet Morris, and she has become one of my really great and dear friends in the last couple of years. And I know that Janet had said something to me about, hey, would you ever consider interviewing a senior, a high school senior? And I said, absolutely, I would love to. And so she connected me with her granddaughter, Maddie Castle. And so Maddie is with me today from Lakewood High School, and she is going to just share with me what it was like for her at the end of her junior year last year when the pandemic had just started, of course, we all know, in March, and what it was like for her to see that and watch her upperclassmen of her school, and what it was like for that, for her and for them, and then coming into the new school year as a senior herself, and what it was and has been so far like for her as well, because I know that she is an athlete. So I want to welcome Maddie. Hi, Maddie.
Hi.
How are you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
You know, I think like about everybody else, we are just, whatever happens, happens.
Yeah.
And we go with it for the next day, because we never know in these times. And with Thanksgiving being here and all of that, it was earlier, I said to Josh, I was like, my daughter said something about going somewhere, and then I thought, tradition comes to mind, and then I was like, tradition. It's always been a big, huge thing for me.
Yeah.
But even speaking of tradition, just like for you and what we're going to talk about today, and I just mentioned, as a junior in high school, and watching the seniors, tradition is you walk across that stage, you get your diploma, and you all yay, hoop and holler and all of that stuff. And it wasn't quite like that this past year. So what was it like for you to go through that time from March until what would have been the end of your school year?
It was very heartbreaking to watch my upperclassmen, friends, go through that, and them not getting the experience that they have hoped for as they've been growing up. And so it was very heartbreaking, and I felt bad, and I was like, I wish there was something I could do. And I think as juniors, we all thought oh, this will be over by the time we get to graduate, but that wasn't the case. So it was very hard, and now as seniors, we understand what they're going through and how hard it is.
Did you ever imagine that it was going to go into your own senior year of high school?
No, I honestly thought it would be over by summer, everything would be cleared up, but obviously that's not the case.
So, because is it typically in high school, if I recall, it's been quite some time, and it has changed, I'm sure, in different schools. For instance, for high school, the senior prom, is it usually the juniors that would set that up and prepare that for the seniors?
It was usually a mix between the juniors and seniors.
Okay.
But like as a junior, I didn't get to go to prom, and
Right, yeah,
I may not
yeah.
ever be able to go to prom. So that's really sad, but the one thing that I really hope happens is graduation. I hope by that point we will have, everything will be stable so we can have a somewhat normal graduation.
Yeah. So you are an athlete, because I know you're a cheerleader.
Yeah.
It's, I was at one time. So fun. What was it like for coming into the school year and the unknown of even getting to do that your senior year? Because, oh my goodness, I remember my very last senior high school football game. I had messed up my elbow, and I was like, I'm cheering no matter what.
Yeah.
Well, what was it like for you all to come into the year not knowing what it was going to be like for that?
It was very hard, and because we didn't know what to expect, but we just kept the mindset like, we're just going to pretend that everything's going to be normal and everything's going to play out the way we want it to play out. And with that mindset, like, I think it really helped us to just like stay positive and like have something to look forward to. And we ended up getting to play 10 games, and that was really fun.
You had that experience to
we
actually go
got
through
to,
the emotion of that last home game or that last game.
Yeah.
What I really liked was knowing your grandmother as well. Didn't you guys do senior night, your first home game?
Yes.
Is that what it was?
Yeah, just to like, that was really cool too, because we usually do it the last home game, but we did it the first home game to make sure that everyone, like, we got to have it.
You got it.
And
Recognized.
Yeah.
What made that so special? Because you just got to just do it and you knew.
Yeah. It felt really weird because that was the first game of the season, so we were like, whoa, this is weird, like, this is going so fast, but it was I'm very grateful that we got to have that, and I think all of my senior friends were very grateful too.
Do you believe with going through all of this and experiencing all of this that it has done something for you as far as like your mindset and helping you to maybe understand things when they change?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I think it's definitely taught me to always look at the bright side when it doesn't seem like there is one. So looking at the bright side all the time is made me feel like a good person and feel like I have something to look forward to.
Have you always been that way? I know your grandmother does that.
I am a positive person. But I think going through this just definitely shaped me like into a different person.
Now I know some of the other schools are closed as of last week.
Yeah.
Well, the beginning of this week. What do you guys expect to be closing yours? Because it's not closed, right? As
no.
of yet?
Right now we are on a 2-day hybrid schedule. So the beginning of the alphabet would go Monday, Tuesday, and the end would go Thursday, Friday. So we were going to go back to 4 days a week, but they reversed that. So we're going to stay hybrid.
Maddie, as a student, what's that like for you when you have to work from home? It's kind of like, I don't know, for me, I would have been a hot mess because my people weren't with me. Even though I have family and stuff, it wasn't like I was just an only child.
Yeah.
It was, I don't know what I would have done because I am such a social person. And I don't like to just sit and read and do my own learning, self-learning thing or self-taught stuff. I got to be in the place doing it.
Yeah. Well, in March when everyone went completely online, that was terrible. It was so hard to learn. But I think this 2-day hybrid schedule is actually beneficial because I get to have that in-person teaching, but then I also like get to come home and be like, okay, like this is what I need to do. Like, and then when I have questions, I go back on Monday and I get it figured out. So I like it, but I would rather be in school all the time.
Yeah. Some people are like, what? No.
Yeah.
No, I'd sleep all day. And that's where my daughter is. She's a sophomore in high school, and she's just like, no, I want to be there. I think she did pretty well. Thank goodness she can do that work and stuff, because I have a friend of mine who, she goes through like math, and I'm like, whoo, I'm so glad that my daughter can at least do that part of it and piece of it. And she's got her dad to turn to when it comes to math, because we would have both probably failed. But do you think that it's been a much smoother process, this go at it with school, and especially doing the 2 days and 2 days off, than what it was like?
Absolutely, yeah.
I mean, they probably have learned a lot, I'm sure, the teachers.
Yeah,
and things.
Because the teachers, they weren't prepared. Like, no one was prepared to shut down in March. So now that when we come back in August, like they know
Yeah.
like what to do now.
Your mom a
So,
teacher?
Yes.
What's it been like for her that you can see as being a student and watching her go through all of this?
She's handling it really well, but
She's
she's
probably
also,
positive, isn't she?
Yeah, she is very positive about
Great.
everything. But it is hard for her because she comes home, like she's very stressed out because she just
I can imagine.
Yeah, she wants everyone to. She's a people pleaser. She wants everyone to be happy. She wants
To see success.
Yes. So when she doesn't, when people are going through these hard times like that, it's very hard for her. But she's doing a good job. She's really good at what she does.
So what kind of advice would you like to give students and maybe teachers, being that you've witnessed this even at home?
Just to be there for everybody. I know like through these hard times that it's very hard for everyone. So if you're there for everybody and you're positive about everything, you can accomplish a lot more than you think.
I like what you said. It is hard for everybody.
Yeah.
If you think somebody's got it easier, not necessarily because
No.
they've got some other way. And I think that that is the way it is in life in
Yeah.
general. What a big, huge lesson that I think so many of us have learned. Do you have a Thanksgiving special message that you'd like to give out today? By any
I'm
chance?
just very thankful for all my family for supporting me, my friends. Yeah, and I'm just grateful for my support group.
Yes.
And everyone in my life.
Well, I'm grateful that you came and spent the time
Yeah,
with me.
thanks for having me.
And absolutely. And I will pray that everybody stays safe and healthy and that graduation can happen
Yes.
for all of the seniors coming up in 2021. Folks, I've got something special coming up next. You're watching Downhill with Tina.
Hi, I'm Amanda Wattenberg, Regional Director at Ohio Guidestone. Do you or does someone you know have a substance abuse disorder? Have you been thinking about getting help, but don't know where to start? It takes a lot of courage to ask for help, but it's the most important step you can take. If you think you know everything that's available in Fairfield County, think again. Like other chronic diseases, addiction can be managed successfully. Treatment enables people to counteract addiction's powerful, disruptive effects on the brain's behavior and regain control of their lives. Even if it takes multiple attempts, treatment does work and people do recover from addiction every day. So keep trying because your life matters. You matter, and we're here to help. Call 211 and ask for the treatment resources available right here in Fairfield County.
This message is brought to you by the Fairfield County Adam H. Board.
It's Front Porch Sittin. I'm Tina Thompson, and the guy I've got with me today is James Otto. He is a country music artist, and we're going to find out a little bit about what he had going on at one time and how he got into country music. How long ago has it been since you started playing and doing? Was it something you did as a kid?
Playing music? I've been playing music my whole life, pretty much as long as I can remember. My mom says I was literally singing in the cradle. So I've been playing an instrument since second grade, I think. So
What
of some
instrument?
kind. I started with the violin, and then I found a guitar and started playing it a little bit. And then I played saxophone for a while. And then I got serious about guitar at like 13 or 14 years old. So.
Why? Was there somebody that inspired you?
Yeah, oddly enough, with the death of Eddie Van Halen, that's a guy that was deeply influential for me as a kid. It made me want to play guitar. I mean, it made guitar instantly the coolest thing you could possibly put in your hands, as a kid. And I never got to that level as a guitar player for sure, but it led to so many other things. That it led to songwriting, and it led to, I just loved guitar. I fell in love with it, and I was playing 8 hours a day, like as a young man, like. So.
And you were somebody, you've been familiar with military life.
Oh yeah,
all of your
I'm a
upbringing.
military brat.
So yeah, did that help you with having an outlet, I guess? With
I think
playing
it
and
did. My dad
moving?
was also a player though. My dad played, so he played guitar, he sang, and he also drummed a little bit. And my grandfather played and sang. And so I'm not sure if it was the military background or if I think it was. I'll tell you what the military background did for me was gave me. Enough gumption to go ahead and move to Nashville when the time came. It gave me the strength to go, you know what, I've lived all over the world, I've been all over the world, I could survive anywhere, and Nashville that was the way to do it. So that was kind of how it happened for me. But as far as playing music, it was just in there, man.
Right
I
here.
I had to do it.
The
Yeah.
heart, you just felt it. And
That's
was
right.
it hard for you in the beginning, James?
I mean, I don't know, man. Hard is digging a ditch for a living, right? I mean, I've had a lot of terrible jobs. This isn't one of them. So the worst day playing guitar is better than the best day digging ditches. So
That's right. Yeah. I love it. So you did have some chart-topping singles.
Yes, I have. I had a song called "Just Got Started Loving You," which was my #1 as an artist, and as a songwriter. It was my first #1. And then I've had a couple other songs that have that have been top 40 for me as an artist. But I've also written hits for other people. So.
Do you have a favorite of one of those songs?
Of the songs that I've written for other people?
Both.
Okay.
Both.
Well, Just Got Started Loving You, certainly I'm proud of and excited about. But my favorite song I've ever written is called In Color. It was a Song of the Year at the ACMs and the CMAs, and I wrote it with Jamie Johnson and Lee Thomas Miller.
We know that song.
Yeah, yeah.
That's an awesome song.
And we got a Grammy nomination on
Yes.
that, which was really exciting. So that was a big one for me. I had a song called Holding Her that was out a few years ago with Chris Jansen that was about the birth of his little girl. Our little girls were born about 6 months apart. And so that was one of those songs, too, that I was really excited about. And then my other, I think, biggest hit that I've written would be Zach Brown's No Hurry that I wrote with my buddy Wyatt Durrett.
Yeah. So is that an outlet for you to sit down and write?
Oh,
is it
there's no
something
question.
also that just comes very easily for you?
Yeah, I treat it like a job, though. I mean, writing songs it's about writing a lot of songs. I've written thousands. So not all of them are going to be hits. You just got to keep writing every day.
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
Do you have to be disciplined?
Yes, 100%. And if you're not a self-starter and you're not a disciplined person, you're not going to make it.
It's not. Yep.
Yeah.
And that's probably why you've been so successful.
Yeah, you got to have some discipline to do it, and you got to be able to, because nobody's going to crack the whip on you. You got to do it yourself. And so anybody can write from inspiration. When the inspiration disappears is when the pros show up. And they show up and they work. Put in the work.
You just got to continue to be creative somehow.
Yeah, that's
some
right.
way. So before we get to the song that you're going to talk about and play with for us today,
Sure.
You have been participating in from time to time a new Netflix reality series, DeMarcus Family Rules. And I have to tell you, I don't watch a whole lot of TV, but I did my research and I'm hooked.
Awesome.
I'm
I love
admitted
that.
it's fun and I just laugh. I'm like, I sit there and I'm laughing out loud.
Yeah,
so I love
that's what
it.
it's supposed to be.
fun.
There's a lot of reality television out there that seems exploitative and can be a little bit nothing that I want to be associated with. This show is really family fun, and it's supposed to be fun, but it's real. It's following our lives, and it's a real story. So.
And you know what? And you seem, and correct me if I'm wrong, just like that. This is what's really going on right now, and you kind of are just going along with, okay. This is
Yeah,
what's happening.
I think I'm the least crazy person there, but that's just kind of the deal. I mean.
You said it.
I'll own it. I'm happy to be the sane person in the group.
They're just hilarious, and I just love it because they just accept each other for who they are, and I think that's what I love so much
family,
about
man.
it because it's family
Yeah.
and it's real.
Yeah.
And that's what people want to see.
I think they do. And they want to know that your life is as crazy as their lives, right? Yes. And it's true. I mean, all of our lives are crazy. And you just get to see our particular brand of crazy.
I love it. I'm sorry. Yeah. So I'm hoping that
That's
folks
awesome.
do decide to watch it and tune into it.
Please
because
do.
We're looking for a second series.
Yes, second season, they're saying. Hopefully we'll know in the next couple of weeks. So we'll cross your fingers and go check out the show, please.
Yes, that's right. And that's fun. So, okay. So we're going to talk about the song. Is this a song that you have written?
This is a song I wrote, yeah. It's probably about a year old now, but I knew the day that we wrote this that I felt like it was a hit song, but not only did I think it was a hit song, I felt like it was my kind of hit song. And that really is important. When you write a lot of songs and you write songs for other artists, knowing that a song is artistically you is an important thing. So this one is definitely it.
Okay, so tell us a little bit about the song.
Well, yeah,
How did it come about?
Well, the song's called Out of the Blue. And let's see, I wrote it with my friends Mike Meadows and Brandon Ray. And it's It's a
Was it Out
sexy
of the
little
Blue?
number.
Was it
Yeah.
Out of the Blue?
It's called Out of the Blue. It did come out of the blue. It was my first time writing with Brandon, and you just never know what the chemistry is going to be when you sit down and write with somebody, you know? So in Nashville, co-writing is such an important part of the ecosystem. It's about sitting down with other folks, and you never know what's going to come out because it's mixing, you know, your creative juices with somebody else, and hopefully something great happens. And today, and on that day, it did.
Here we go.
Yeah.
We're going to have James, who is going to perform a newer single.
Yeah. Well, it's a new song coming from me. Nobody's heard it outside of here, so yeah.
Yay.
Yeah.
Out of the Blue.
New to y'all.
That's right.
All right, here we go. Honey, how'd I ever get so lucky to find a woman like you so lovely? You must be someone up there looking out for me. It's crazy, Lord knows I don't deserve you, baby. But if I ever lost those blue skies, I lose my mind. Just when I think I'm falling into that heavy heart, lonesome darling, you just pick me up, dust me off, show me everything ain't going south. You pull me out of that dark cloud. It's like an umbrella when the rain falls down. A real lifesaver when I'm about to drown. Don't know where I'd be without you to pull me out of the blue. Oh, blue. Sometimes I'm a tightrope walker on a highline. In between the devil and the sunshine, I find myself slipping, baby, you stepping. Just when I think I'm falling into that heavy heart, lonesome darling, you just pick me up, dust me off, show me everything ain't going south. You pull me out of that dark cloud. It's like an umbrella when the rain falls down. A real lifesaver when I'm about to drown. Don't know where I'd be without you to pull me out of the blue. Oh, blue. Yeah. But if I ever lost those blue skies, I lose my mind.
Woo! Yay!
Just when I think I'm falling into the heavy heart on some darling, you pick me up, dust me off, show me everything ain't going south. You pull me out of that dark cloud. It's like an umbrella when the rain falls down. A real lifesaver when I'm about to drown. Don't know where I'd be without you to pull me out of the blue. Oh, blue. Yeah, blue. Yeah. You pull me out of that blue.
And that, folks, is James Otto, Out of the Blue, and you can find him on, now and again, the new Netflix series, DeMarcus Family Rules. You're watching Front Porch Sittin.
Fairfield Federal. When it comes to our customers and our community, we go above and beyond to help. Our people make the difference.
We were retiring from Tucson, Arizona, and we made a retirement trip out around Ohio, having decided that's where we wanted to be. And we came across this town called Lancaster, and we fell in love with the downtown area where the fountain is and the memorial memorials and the flags and all this stuff. And I looked around and I said, there's our bank right there.
There's something to be said about a community bank in your hometown.
Right. If you live in the community, you should do business in the community as much as possible. So it makes sense to bank with the community bank where you live.
Fairfield Federal is the bank to be at. If you live in this town, or any town actually, you want to bank at a local home bank. The employees are happy here, they're conversant, customer service is through the roof. There's nothing more you could ask for.
Personal or business banking, whatever you need, we take it seriously because we know you do. Stop by today at any of our 3 locations and see why the difference is clear. Fairfield Federal Savings and Loan specializes in banking that revolves around you.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Hi again, everybody. Welcome to the high school football game of the week. I'm Jaron Stewart alongside Tim Shoemaker. Tonight, we've got a great one for you. The Bloom Carroll Bulldogs.
We had a great week of practice. Even in the rain and the weather, we had a great week of practice.
Schneider, lots of running room to midfield. He's gone. Ryan Schneider down the near sideline for a touchdown for the Aces.
We have a hold on the offense, number 20. That penalty will be declined. They'll bring up 4th down.
And we're going to give you this game ball here because you're a Tiberios fan of the game. And thanks for being here, Jacob.
Thank you. The Polar Bears are your OAC tournament champions. First time since 2009. What an exciting finish for the Ohio Northern Polar Bears.
Very proud of this trophy because you've earned it.
Welcome back to Down Home with Tina. Folks, it's just so great to have Maddie on as a guest, and I wanted to add a positive quote with that. It's one of my favorite ones. Life isn't about waiting for the storm to pass. It's about learning to dance in the rain. And it seems like we've certainly got a storm that's been hovering over us. But I'm a positive person, so let's not think of that. We got to think about finding the very best in today and still smile and learn to dance in the rain in whatever storm that we're going through. Folks, I gotta tell you, I've had so many different things in my own life that's happened in the last 10 years. And because it is Thanksgiving week, I'm so very super grateful for having the blessings of, you know, if you would have asked me 10 years ago, would I have ever done radio, or if I would have ever had my own TV show, which was a dream of mine, I think I would have just been like, I don't know, because I wouldn't have known exactly how that was going to happen. Well, guess what? God's got a bigger plan for us, and it has happened at radio and to television now. And also something that I'm so excited to share with you. I'm featured in a magazine called Lancaster Living Magazine, and it's got me on the cover, and it's got my Down Home with Tina, and it tells you a story. I just got to say and give a shout out to Cher. Thank you so much for you and your team capturing me in this story. My best friend said to me, it is everything you that she has, and it talks about me front porch sitting when I was younger and in conversation, and it talks about my grandmother, who was so important in my life. It goes into talking about how she was so giving, and me making chocolate chip cookies. It's just, I don't want to give this story away, but if you are interested in receiving this magazine, you can. All you got to do is on my Facebook, go to Down Home with Tina, because I don't know if Cher has her Facebook quite yet. She's going to be on an upcoming Down Home with Tina show, so we're going to find out more, and I don't want to misinform you. But if you go to my page and you private message me and you say, hey, I want to start receiving that magazine, it is just a really fun and great magazine. It's about positive people in the community and some great things that are going on. And so find out about that. I want to thank you so much for continuing to watch. I've got some great sponsors. I want to thank Ava Jewelers, Fairfield Area Humane Society, Huddle Tire Company, Ireland Spa and Salon, and Walker Shoe Center. Thank those folks for what they do, and hopefully you'll get to stop in and say hey to them. I hope you have a wonderful, a safe, and very happy Thanksgiving. Have a great week. God bless, and good day.